Hello, everyone. Yes, it's another day, and we're in October now. Yes, the birth month of my oldest granddaughter, 13. I told her yesterday, oh, you're going to be in the teens. yeah, the attitudes are starting. Oh, I don't remember being such a difficult teen. Okay, my parents probably would have something to say about that. Anyway, but that's what it is. Yeah. trying hard not to get that cold everybody's carrying over there. Yes, my cough. Uh, Interesting thing that happened when, yeah, I became a grandma. I didn't grow up in Switzerland. We don't have Halloween. Maybe they do now, but there was no Halloween. There was other things that okay, we didn't have Halloween. October 31st didn't mean anything to me, and then came to this country, and I thought, this is interesting. Uh, I was never a big fan of Halloween. Just not. I don't see the purpose for that. It comes down to it. Uh, And I thought, ugh, once my but I did wasn't against it either. So of course my children dressed up and went and hunted candy, and uh, and I always thought once my youngest one is old enough to, I don't have to do. I'm done with Halloween. No more decorating. No more this. Halloween will be done for me, right? Yes. And my oldest granddaughter, what happens? Her birthday is October 31st. Oh my gosh. And I'm just sitting there going, ugh, you gotta be kidding me. What? So now, of course, Halloween's a big thing. Has become an even bigger thing in our family because her birthday is on Halloween. And she loves Halloween. And I thought about it. I thought, well, that was so. What's the lesson in that? Uh, to just eliminate and get rid of something isn't the answer. Restoring it is. Yes. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know how to restore Halloween yet. Okay, I'm just saying. But it's a good lesson. Yes, it was a good lesson. Anyway, so let me get going. And then today too, hopefully we'll get some good news from Korea, South Korea. That true mother, uh, Hak Jahan Moon, yes, our true mother, Holy Mother Han, yes, Mother of Peace all around the world will be released. From incarceration, wrongful incarceration. I have no doubt. I don't need to go and read up anything or this. I know in my heart to mind that mother hasn't done anything wrong. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Don't need to go read up on it or go and find more of the truth, right? Yes. Uh, One of the reasons I did go and check out more of what is going on was because of that special prosecutor. I wanted to know more about that. And it was interesting what I found. And I had to say, I see where that is going. So, but when it comes to True Mother, I don't need to hear anything anymore, right? Yes. Mother also said, don't pray for me. Pray for the people of South Korea, and all around the world. She's absolutely right. That's what I'm doing. Yes. And stand by True Mother. Mm. In a way, too, and on True Mother saying that, don't pray for me, don't worry about me, also tells me Mother knows where she stands. Mother knows, what's going on. Mother knows that this is just another part of the restoration process, and okay, let's see how you guys do this time, right? And always with this loving heart, just loving heart. And yes, ugh, yeah. How would I know that? Isn't it because I feel it? I feel mother's heart. Yes, maybe because I have a mother's heart. Just saying. All right. So we are in the book of Ecclesiasticus, reminding everybody I'm reading the Bible from beginning to end for the reputation of God. Let's find our way through this maze of words to actually find the love of God. So I'm calling it Journey with God through the Bible. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Death. Book of Ecclesiasticus 41. Death. Now we're talking about death again. He likes to talk about death. I'm always amazed on the how often philosophers, prophets, who knows what, are stuck with on pushing immorality. Oh yeah, that too. Immortality. As if anyone could escape it. It doesn't matter how much money you have, how good your healthcare is. That passing from this world to the other is going to happen. Right? And probably sooner rather than later. For most. Right? Yes, you can prolong your life. Okay, I'm not going to go there. But that's always, right? Anti-aging. Okay, stuff, right? Yes? All right, well, what is it with all that? I'm not getting it. What do you think? What do people think out there is going to happen to you? Okay, so you're going to be 150 years old, 200 years old. Are they going to get to the point where they can actually do that? What do you think you're going to look like? Yes? Our bodies are only meant to last for so long. And that's like with daylight savings time. I guess that's coming up again too, the switch, where we can make the daylight last longer if we just mess with the clock. Yeah, no, it stays the same. Really. There's no difference on how much daylight there is or nighttime. If we move the clock forward or backwards, it's gonna be the same. Do you understand what I'm saying? And it's the same thing with all this talk of, okay, yeah, death is coming, but it's it's just part of life. Okay, it's said here as well, but then on how it is, on how one is encouraged to prolong life here per se, is a bit flabbergasting to me. Okay, just saying. So just be ready. So my suggestion, or the solution for myself was growing up and kind of again being taught the same stuff and going, oh, death. Oh. Just be ready. Don't waste your time on. When your time comes, and then if it's today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, 20 years. Just be ready. Say, well, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm doing everything I need to do. Right. If my time comes, it comes. Yes. All right. All right. I already talked more. I don't even know yet what it says. Oh, death, how bitter it is to remember you. Yeah, yeah. For someone peacefully living with his possessions. For someone with no worries and everything going well. And who can still enjoy his food. O death, your sentence is welcome to one in want, whose strength is failing, to one worn out with age and 1,000 worries, resentful and impatient. Oh, so he gives both, when you're doing well, this, and then you got everything, you don't want to die, and then when you're kind of, yeah, death. Wow, what an attitude, right? Yeah, whatever. Do not dread death's sentence. Remember those who came before you and those who will come after. This is the sentence passed on all living creatures by the Lord. So why object to what seems good to the Most High? Oh, well, he's actually agreeing with me here. Whether your life lasts 10 or 100 or 1,000 years, its length will not be held against you in Sheol. Oh, that's that last part I'm not getting, but okay. So again, he goes ahead with, all right, then I can't, the last part's good. Yeah. So we're kind of in zinc with each other on that one. Yes. The fate of the wicked. Oh, no, no, we go. Hateful brats, such are the children of sinners. What? I never got why people would make the children, especially when they were still little, this now where you couldn't tell how they're going to turn out, or where are they going to get their guidance from. Their heart to minds might be in such a good place that they're not going to be influenced by their parents' behavior, and still grow up to be amazing, wonderful people. There's a lot of people like that out there, and yet here, hateful brats. I'll tell you what, I've known quite a few parents who they're amazing parents, and their children were hateful brats. A bit too spoiled, yes, got a bit too much of everything, and got away with, their parents loved them so much. It's that sometimes, the parents loved them so much, didn't have the heart to discipline them. Or, how about you work for this instead of me just giving it to them? Anyway, plenty of examples that I've witnessed. And so again, but why is it that children of, that other people consider sinners now automatically have to be addressed like that? Just as children who are born out of wedlock, what are they called? Or used to be called? Well, the word still exists. It should be stricken out of the vocabulary. That's an awful, mean word to use to describe a child. Just saying. Yes? Okay. Anywho, well, here he goes again. Who foregather in the haunts of the godless. The inheritance of sinners' children is doomed to perish. Their posterity will endure lasting reproach. A godless father will be blamed by his children for the reproach he has brought on them. A bad outlook for you, godless people, who have forsaken the law of God Most High. If that's the case, what would these parents care about what their kids think? I mean, if that's the case. Okay, where are you going with this, Ecclesiasticus? Because you're not making sense. And it's not true. When you were born to be accursed, and when you die, that curse will be your portion. All that comes from the earth returns to the earth. So too, the wicked proceed from curse to destruction. Mourning concerns only the bodies of the dead. Mourning, not mourning, 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 mourning. I don't know. Sounds the same to me. Concerns only the bodies of the dead, but the worthless name of sinners will be blotted out. Be careful of your reputation, for it will last you longer than 1,000 great hoards of gold. A good life lasts a certain number of days, but a good reputation lasts forever. Sense of shame. Okay, whatever. Ugh. Keep mind, if children would not be involved in this, what he just said, I probably would go with some of it and say, sure, okay, yeah, it's probably not a good idea to go to spirit world when one hasn't atoned, repented, this and that, for things one knows full well they have done wrong. And again, I do believe that everyone in their subconscious knows full well when they are doing right and when they are doing wrong. Yes? Yeah. Well, otherwise, what? You're an animal? You're supposed to be a human being. You're not an animal who just operates on instinct. Yes? Even animals, if they're long enough around human beings, good human beings, they develop some kind of emotional connection. And if they have been long enough around abusive human beings, they become what? Fearful and aggressive. Yes? Interesting? Okay. So, we're supposed to be human beings, knowing right from wrong, not animals, uh, acting on instinct when it comes to everything, more or less. Sense of shame. Keep my instructions and be at peace, my children. Wisdom hidden away and treasure on displayed. What use is either of these? Didn't he? Okay, you know what? Better someone who hides his folly than one who hides his wisdom. Okay. Preserve a sense of shame in the following matters, for not every kind of shame is right to harbor, nor is every situation correctly appraised by all. Be ashamed before father and mother of depraved behavior, and before prince or potentate of telling lies, of wrongdoing before judge or magistrate, and of impiety before the assembly of the people, of sharp practice before your companion and your friend, and of theft before the neighborhood you live in, before the truth and covenant of God. Be ashamed of leaning elbows on the table, of being ungracious when giving or receiving, of ignoring those who greet you. Ha! Is this that where that comes from? Be ashamed of leaning elbows on the table? Why? Why is that something to be ashamed of? Leaning your elbows on the table. What is that? That doesn't even make sense. Is that where that came from? Oh, I was told that. I said, you don't put your elbows on the table. That's bad etiquette. Yes? Oh my gosh. I never got that one. Oh, it's in here in the Bible. I did not know it was in the Bible here. Okay. Interesting. Uh-huh. Of ignoring those who greet you, of gazing at a loose woman. Okay, so you should be ashamed of gazing at a loose woman, but it's okay to gaze at a proper woman? Uh, what? I'm just saying. Did you see how biased this is? No, no, you know what? Whatever. You have some problems, buddy, to be ashamed of. It looks to me like. Otherwise, you'd be wording this different. You would be wording this according to, yeah, yes. You know as well now, don't you? All right, all right. Of repulsing your fellow countrymen. Of misappropriating another's portion or gift, of paying court to another man's wife, of making advances to his servant girl, do not go near her bed, of saying disagreeable things to friends, do not follow up a gift with a taunt, of repeating everything you hear, and of betraying confidences. Then you will know what true shame is, and you will find yourself in everyone's graces. So, if you're ashamed of doing all that, did you just hear what I said? If you're ashamed of doing all that, then you will find yourself in everyone's graces. Really. That's what he just said. I could read it again, or you guys could just go back and listen to me one more time. What did he just say? There's an excuse for everything. I'm telling you. They are so good at this. All right. And that's the end of 41. Oh, no, not quite. We got to go a little farther because they put the 42 here again in the middle of it all. The following things you should not be ashamed of, and do not sin from fear of what others think. Of the law of the Most High, or of the covenant, of a verdict that acquits the godless, of keeping accounts with a traveling companion, of settling property on your friends, of being accurate over scales and weights, of making small and large profits, of gaining from commercial transactions, of disciplining your children strictly, of lashing a wicked slave, till you draw blood. Oh, I see. I also see where that came from. And what is a wicked slave? What would one consider a wicked slave? One that isn't willing anymore to be a slave? Is that a wicked slave? Wow. I saw the back just recently. I saw the back of a slave, a black man, here in the United States, of course, a long time ago, when slaves were still being kept and used and abused. And that back was so scarred. I don't know if you could, if it would have been possible to put another one there. But it is right here in the Bible. It's okay to do that if it's a wicked slave. I wonder what they considered a wicked slave. Just saying. With an interfering wife, it is as well to use your seal, and where there are many hands, lock things up. Oh, so again here too. I find it interesting on a lot of things that are very, very abusive, being done from one human being to another, oftentimes by men to weaker ones, on how they're getting the okay. The following things you should not be ashamed of. How they're getting the okay from other men here in the Bible. Is that okay? Is that actually? That's God's word? That's God's word? Also, he made sure that ahead of time he gave us everything that you have to be ashamed of. But hey, if you are ashamed of it, it's okay, because then you'll be in the good graces of people. As long as you're ashamed of it. That's what he said. Then the things to not be ashamed of. It's like giving permission to do all kinds of atrocious things. That's what I'm hearing out of it. Some people may look at it differently. I don't know. Whatever stores you issue, do it by number and weight, spendings and takings, but everything in writing. Put everything in writing. Do not be ashamed to correct a stupid person or a fool, or an old dotard who bickers with young people. Oh, so disregard and you don't have to be ashamed of putting an elder in their place too. I think there are ways to do that, right? But sometimes you have to talk to older people and say, "Hey, wait a minute." But I'm not sure on how on how he says that here is very disrespectful. Then you will show yourself really educated and win the approval of everyone. All right, that's the end of 41. All righty. There's some things I agree with. There were to say, okay, I gleaned some of, on how our Heavenly Parent would approve. And then there's a whole lot of it that I have to say, no, absolutely not. Sorry, nope, not going with that. I had interesting, just little, not done with it yet, but conversation. Well, I think we're pretty much done now. Conversation with someone where, again, someone that, he's loved, and he's done so much good, this, that, and going, really? I've not heard anything. I mean, that may have been a long time ago, and then it kind of fizzled out, this and that. I've not heard anything. It's not big news, I mean, how many people give speeches all over the place, and thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people go there, but then, okay, done, that event is over, and that's it. There's nothing more going on with people. Yes, that was kind of how it is. And with a lot of them. Yet, he's done this. And I said, no, he didn't. First of all, I'm not going to overlook that he's a thief. He's a thief, and he stole from his parents. And until that is taken care of and he repents for it and returns that money, I don't want to hear anything about this dude. It doesn't excuse his behavior. It does not excuse the breaking of a commandment. And that's how we have to stay steadfast with things. We have no choice. If we truly want to be regarded as one of God's children, then we follow God's will and ideal. And that is that. No excuses. No veering off anymore. Will we still make mistakes? Sure. There will still be some mistakes. But if we truly feel God's love, then we should start to know better, even more so, what is right and what is wrong. Abuse of any kind in anything is wrong. Done. So, be a keeper and a user. Yeah, using things. Growing tomatoes out there, and okra, and growing long beans. And, of course, we're not going to just have them hang there and go, well, I can keep them, I can raise them, but can I eat them? Of course you can. Yeah? We're keepers and users, but we should never be abusers of anything. Again, so disappointing to read the Bible. But also, I'm going, wow, that's where all this is coming from. Don't put your elbows on the table. Why not? What's wrong with elbows on the table? If hands can be on the table, what's wrong? What's wrong? Elbows were what? Created by God. We were created with elbows. Why can't I put them on the table? Who came up with that? What's so wrong with it? Yeah, if you put your elbows on the table and eat like this, and you have people over here and over here, and they need a little room too, of course you take your elbows down. But that's the normal thing to do. Who wouldn't do that? Again, you have to be told first what not to do before one understands on what to do. How does that make sense? My youngest granddaughter, just really quick, she's just 16 months old. And she kind of does push the buttons a little bit. If you're not listening right away to her, she comes and she pinches you, tries to pinch you, or hit you or something. And we're all trying to explain to her that not to do that. Right? You can lay your hand on, but you don't hurt. And so she's getting old enough now where timeout can be applied. And the other day, when she did that to her little cousin, I said, okay, that's enough. You're having a timeout. Go over there to the chair. I pointed to the chair. Go over there and you're having a timeout. It was 16 months old. She immediately, because her parents been working with her on that, she immediately went, not all the way to the chair, and plunked down and looked at me. And I'm going, okay, she's 16 months old. How's she going to know how long to stay down or not? So I'm going to have to, so I counted to 10, right? So you stay down until I'm done. Counted to 10, then I'll say, okay, now get up and go apologize to your cousin. Yes, and she did. It's going to take time, but if you start early on with the little ones like that, then they learn. That's how they learn. If you just let it go and let it go and let it go, and then they're what? In temper tantrum states all the time, and won't listen. She's listening because she's being taught from little on, right? Yes? Another way to go and calm down. Okay, did something. But you can think, rather than getting hurt by smacking her or whatever at every time, she's being told to go calm down, sit down, and think about it. Yes? Are you getting my drift here? Yeah. Anyway, uh, but that takes time, doesn't it? It takes time and it takes the effort of everyone that is around her to do that. Yes? To teach her in a way where she doesn't have to suddenly be afraid of a bigger hand. Yes? I don't believe in smacking kids around. I do not. No. Uh-uh. No. Do not believe that. Everyone has to change there as well. I've talked about this already before in other videos. And we have to change. We have to learn to do better when it comes to that. Yes? And give the little ones the credit of they're human beings. And they learn fast. If you make the time as a parent, grandparents, or whoever is around them to teach them appropriately. Yes? All right. Okay. That's all I have to share this morning. May Heavenly Parent bless and protection, guide you, and embrace you with love. Eldridge, my dearest brother in faith, let's keep praying today. Hopefully it's the day True Mother gets out. And yes, then we'll keep on going, teaching and being peaceful. That's what we need to do. And hopefully the South Korean government and any government around the world who's got, I don't know, their head screwed on wrong about people, come to their senses. Yes? Yeah, we'll pray for them all too. And I will talk to y'all another time.